What's up? I've got a big update for the modular furnace mod. It's the smeltery. This is your ore processor, and it's not modular like the modular furnace. However, it kind of fits within the theme. So I thought I'd go ahead and add it in anyway. Let you guys see what I think. So basically, this is a one-stop ore processor. Let's see how we build it. You're going to want to get yourself a bunch of these bricks. So you use some obsidian and some regular bricks, and you get these. One of those needs to be the core, so you need to get yourself a modular furnace core. If you don't know how to do that, it's just any of the stone bricks surrounding a furnace. So once you get those two, the only difference between forming the modular furnace and forming this one is that in the center you actually need a lava core. That is formed with a bucket, which you'll get the bucket back, so don't worry about that. Glass and obsidian. So to form your smeltery, it can only be built one way, and that is the following. Just like the modular furnace, except it's only one block type, and this can be used as decoration. Oh, I've got my chunk things on. Okay. This can be used just like for decoration or anything else. As with the lava lamp, it can be used as a light source. The only thing you wouldn't want to do is put this thing down and right click it a lot. But you can use these. They're a little expensive, but hey, if you want a black brick, go for it. It's not like the Railcraft ones where they update themselves a lot. So let's go ahead and let's open it up. You'll see we have the modular furnace smeltery, and I'll center that later. You have an input, a fuel, and two outputs. If you kind of get the idea behind a smeltery, you'll probably understand immediately what to do here. You got these little spikes. Our fuel source is actually flint. One flint can process 2 ore. So you're going to want a pretty good amount of flint. And the beauty behind this smeltery is I've got 3 different copper ores from 3 separate mods. Well, that just won't do. I'm going to turn them all into one type of ingot. So as you can see here, I inserted the copper ore and I got out some copper. Let's try this other copper. Is that going to work? It actually will. And this is fully automatable. You can pipe it in, you can pipe it out, and it'll all work just fine. This is a very nice way to ore process. So the way it's set up now is using vanilla Minecraft mechanics. The top of the furnace is the input, all of the sides are fuel, and the bottom is the output. I'm working on an I/O block, just like in the regular modular furnace, that allows you to toggle which slot it's going to be inserted to. However, it's not quite up to working order yet, and will come in a future update. But I thought you guys could go ahead and play around with this and kind of bend around the limitations. So you can see it's working. Let's throw in another copper. And as of right now, it works for 3 ores. It'll work for copper. It'll work for tin. So let's get some tin. Okay. We've got some copper. Let's throw some tin in there. And it'll also work for aluminum. Okay. Now, oh, that's tin ore. Oh well. The aluminum ore in my testing environment is actually not registered. It's a bit of an issue. It's not registered using the common ore dig. So if you're using a mod that uses the common ore dictionary names for aluminum, you'll get out aluminum. I think one mod might. Let's throw this guy up in there. Yeah, I think it's Tinker's Construct maybe has aluminum and it's working. We'll see if this one is named the same. No, it is not. You can see I can't shift click it into. Let's put this other tin ore in there. We put the sort of shiny one. I think it's from Industrial Craft, and this one is I think this one actually is Tinker's Construct. Yeah, we're getting out tin ingots, and these are the same tin ingots no matter what tin I put in there. They're actually my tin ingots. However, if you look at the usage, they will work with other mods because it's using the ore dictionary. So go ahead, put any ore in here. It also works with vanilla ores. So let's try gold. You want to process some gold. You can put it up there, and you're going to get out gold ore. A little something extra I put in there. The nether quartz ore. You can smelt that. So you can get out 2 nether quartz. I actually don't know. Yeah, instead of getting 1, you can process it and get 2. So let's watch as that happens. And there we go. Oh, it's a bit of an issue there. But nether quartz, I actually did put in to get 2. I forgot I'd done that. But, 1 block should give me 1 block in game. I don't see why it's so expensive. So, if you think that's a little overpowered, I'll add a config to change it. But I thought nether quartz is only really used for aesthetics. I think applied energistics use it a little bit. But, it's at your discretion. You don't have to use this to process your nether quartz if you think it's overpowered. Or, you can wait and I'll add in the config file so you can take that out. But for me personally, I felt like it was a little more fair. So, the way I justify this, and I'm probably going to have to add in later that you're going to have to refill this, is that to get this thing to begin with, it's a bit of a hassle. That's a lot of an obsidian. You think there's 25 blocks here, plus the 8 to make this, and then those all take 5. So you're looking at like 40 obsidian, which is a pain. So that's step 1. Bricks aren't the easiest thing to come by. I mean, they're a hassle to go out and get. I always dread having to make bricks from clay. And, it's fairly cheap. You have to have a lot of flint, which isn't as... You can't automate getting flint as much. I mean, if you have a big quarry going, you're going to get a good amount of flint. But it takes 2 flint per ore. So, you have to find a supply. And it gives meaning to things that usually don't have as much meaning. So it's probably not finished being balanced yet. That is something I want to work on, which is why I'm releasing it in its state right now. I want to know, do you think this is fair? And if not, how should I make it more fair? I don't want to add in buildcraft or industrial craft energy, because that makes it even easier. And I don't think that really fits in with the idea of the modular furnace mod as a whole. The modular furnace mod as a whole is adding function to some blocks that you wouldn't normally use, and kind of just, I think multi-block structures are fun, personally. I think they're pretty neat. You can click on it anywhere, and it makes more sense. A little block like this can't process ores or smelt, but this thing's got a lava core. It can. So let me know what you guys think. If you have the mod already, and you're seeing this update, I would highly recommend you download the new version, even if you don't use the smeltery, because I have a few bug fixes that I included in it. I'm debating whether or not this is a big enough update that I should change the version, something like Modular Furnace 2, but as of now, I'm going to keep it under Modular Furnace, because I still believe that the key concept behind Modular Furnace is still there. So please give it a download. Let me know what you think. I think with adding this, it only works in 1.6.4. I haven't ported it back yet. But by adding this, I feel it's going to be a little cooler. You can have it in your mod pack. I am excited because I want to use it in what I'm playing in right now. I have a Tinker's Construct smeltery, but it's kind of a hassle and it's kind of big. And granted, this is big too, but not as big. And I don't have to fuel it with as much lava. It's just going to be a little bit harder to build to begin with. So, again, give it a shot. Let me know what you think. And keep informed on this mod. It's constantly changing. I'm hitting a big rush right now. I want to change it, I want to make it better, and I'm constantly updating the mod. If you've been following Modular Furnaces, you who know, from the initial release about a month ago to now, it's become an entirely new mod. It's a different beast entirely. So I highly encourage you to give this a shot. And I think, as of today, there is a Forgecraft 3 mod pack that's out there. Feed the Beasts, I think, released it. This should work. If it is Minecraft 164, pop this in there. If you have any ID conflicts, 164 Forge gives you a very, very convenient item list. It tells you what block has conflicts, and it tells you a suggested range. Open up my config file and enter in numbers within those suggested ranges, and it'll work just fine. It's very helpful for me, and that's how I've gotten all my mods to work with all the other mods. These natively don't have any issues. However, with Feed the Beast, sometimes they change around the ID numbers. So if you run into that issue, open up the config file and change the numbers around. In your installation folder, there'll be a little ID conflicts.txt. It's very helpful. I highly recommend you read it before you change them. But anyway, yeah, this is an exciting update for me, and I really hope you guys enjoy the mod. Thanks so much for watching.